and welcome to the Wealthy LaLa Show with myself, Laurie Laursen. How are you guys doing today? I hope that today is filled with fun and laughter and ease and contentment, whatever that looks like for you. You know, because it is really fun to wish someone a fabulous, unicorn, crazy, awesome kind of day. And there's just some times where we're just not quite in the space to receive that. you know, Sometimes we're like, excuse me, you happy unicorn, crazy, awesome people. Could you just turn down that knob just a tiny little bit? So if you're having one of those kind of days, I wish you just a lovely, ease-filled day with, yeah, just that. So today is Friday and it's my 25th show already. Like, how does it get any better? This is 5 weeks I've been doing it already. It's just flown by and I am so incredibly grateful. And I want to get to today's topic because yesterday I talked about the light and heavy tool and I really wanted to dive a little bit more into it. And as I was saying, in a couple weeks, I'm going to be doing a 2-hour lecture or speaking engagement or teaching opportunity with this tool. And I was concerned that that was going to be too long. And I found that the 15 minutes barely scratched the surface. So I wanted to jump in on it again today. So for those of you that are wondering, what is this light and heavy tool? Well, it's a tool that I learned about in like the terms light and heavy came from this one modality called access consciousness. And I did a bunch of their classes for about 7 years. And so it was the first time I ever heard of this. So what you actually are doing with this light and heavy tool is you're actually utilizing the energy that your body be to actually read what is light for you and what's heavy for you. So what you want to do is you want to find out what is light for you and what is heavy for you. Now, this thing is so incredibly magical and exciting. Like I thought it was simply freaking crazy at first because I was like, how can you ask energy? Like really, how can you ask energy? Um, what creates greater for my life, right? And I'm getting that that is a whole other show, a whole other topic. This subject just keeps getting bigger and bigger each time I talk about it. But for today, we're just going to stick with the fact that we're energy beings. Quantum physics even knows that. You break us down small enough, we are moving particles, energy, space between molecules, and we've solidified ourselves here as bodies. And but we still have that energy within us. And you know what's really interesting? I've worked in a hospital, or I did, for 32 years, and there was a couple times that I was actually present. One time for sure where I was present when a person actually passed away. And when their actual energy body or the soul or who they be left their body, you could actually perceive a difference. It was like there was the body became dense and just solid. I mean, it obviously would have been that before, but it didn't have that alive energy in it anymore. So it's like when you take an alive plant and a plant that's dead, you can perceive a difference with it. Well, that energy, that's what we're playing with. That's the energy that's within our own bodies that has that information of what we ourselves, which creates more for us and ourselves and our lives and everything that we're asking for us, okay? Now, people, one thing you just got to know about yourself is you are beautiful and special and valuable being on this planet, that you're here. And so if you can allow yourself to invite that into your world, if that's a place where you have that, where you felt self-doubt about it or not as confident about yourself as a person, allow yourself the possibility of feeling so incredibly valuable, okay? And then I find that if you have that awareness of you being a valuable product here on this planet, then it makes it easier to actually trust that there is a light and a heavy for you. Okay. So it can be something as simple as I sort of referred to yesterday, where my grandma name is a LaLa. And so a LaLa for me is super light, not a LaLa, but as in LaLa. I'm not a LaLa. But the name LaLa actually creates greater and is super light and fun and expansive in my world. And when I came across that, it was even out of my comfort zone. And like I said yesterday, when my grandson says that name, for me, my heart just melts. And so I really get the congruence for it with me. So say today is Friday, as it is, and you have been asked to go for lunch with a different coworker, someone that you've never gone for lunch with, okay? Or actually, it can be somebody that you've even gone for lunch with. Like, those times, you do something on a regular basis and then someone asks you to go do it again, and you get this sense where you really don't feel like it. But you allow yourself to talk yourself out of it, and you go for lunch anyways, and it was an okay lunch. You kind of didn't really feel like it. Maybe you tripped and fell and hurt your ankle, and it may just have been, it just wasn't all that great. I mean, nothing bad has to happen. Sometimes they do, because we don't trust our awareness. And how do you know? How do you know what actually creates greater for you? So this is where it's really cool that if you stop yourself prior, you've been invited, hey, Laurie, would you like to go for lunch with us today? And your initial reaction is kind of, oh, you're like, but you like these people and they're friends and it's usually fun. So if you stop yourself and take the time to know that who you are is a valuable product, you stop and you go, truth. If I choose to go for lunch with these people today, will this create greater for me, my life, my living, and my reality? And the world, even, if you want to ask, because yep, you are that valuable to the world. So if you tap in and you get, so that's a question. So what you want to actually be able to do is have an idea of what light and heavy is for you. So now me, when I say, okay, so truth, my name is Laurie, I feel this expansive feeling. So some people feel where it feels like their stomach is falling. Some people feel like they'll see like on the right side of their head will be something light if it's light. And if they get a heavy, it's on the left side. Some people, a light will feel like their stomach lifts up. Some people, a heavy will feel like it goes down. For me, a light, I feel like a sunbeam, almost like an auric field expands out of me. I feel spacious in my body. And if I ask myself what's a heavy, I will right away, even just me saying that word, my body will contract. And so what you can do with this is play with this and start and really make it fun. Today is Fun Friday, so make it fun for yourself. Really enjoy and allow yourself to enjoy this journey of life that we have chosen, and play with it. So, try and have as little significance about it as possible, and pick things that aren't really like big in your life. Like, should I marry this person or not marry this person? Like, don't go to really big subjects like that. Or should I take this job or not take the job? I mean, you can. And what if you start with something simple? Like, if I go for lunch or I don't go for lunch? Or if you say choose to go for lunch, look at the menu. Body, would you like to try this salad? Body, would you like to try this sandwich? And play with things that have a lot less like significance or say consequences in your life. And it could be, have a coffee with cream or a coffee with sugar or coffee black or a coffee with cream, something like that. And then even you can do like I just said. You can say, truth, my name is Laurie. Okay, so body, could you show me what light is for me? And if you're not really sure what it is, ask your body to turn it up. Body, could you really turn it up? What is light for me? Now watch for the subtle differences. See what it is for you. Okay. And then you can say, truth, body. I'm going to say my name is different than what my name really is. So truth, my name is Fred. Okay, so for me, my body goes heavy. Now you can also go, so truth, my body likes to drink water. Okay, that's light for me. Truth, my body likes to drink paint thinner. Oh, that's heavy for me. So you can even just go as simple as saying, okay, so truth, body, can you show me what's light for me? Okay, so again, for me, I feel expansive in my body. I feel like all the molecules in my body have lit up and expanded. Truth, body, show me what's heavy for me. Oh, see, again, I get this contraction in my body. It feels heavy. I feel like a solid thing in my gut. Okay, so truth, body, show me what light is. In my gut, I feel more expansive. Okay, I'll see if there's something in my head. So truth, body, show me what light is. Yeah, in my head, I feel lighter. So truth, body, show me heavy. Then I feel contracted in my head. So you want to find out what's true for you. Some people have even done this where it's like muscle testing, where you stand up straight, you put your feet together, and you say, truth, body, show me what yes is. And then most people, not everybody, but most people will go forward for a yes. Truth, body, show me what no is. Okay, and then you see what goes backwards. One of the things that's really fun to mention with you too is sometimes when I do have a hard time making a decision or a choice over something, I'm not really sure what's light for me because I might have points of view, I might have expectations, I might not want to disappoint other people. What I'll actually do is I'll pick and I have a couple of friends that I do this with where I'll say, okay, so the choice to go for lunch is going to be L, and the choice to stay at the office is going to be O. Okay. And so I'm going to message my friend and I'm going to say, hey, what do you get as lighter and creates greater for me? And then they'll give me feedback. They'll say L. And I'll be like, oh, okay. So then I'll go play with the having lunch. Now remember, like again, you guys, there is more to this than just like a simple L or O, because you can have it where, and I'm going to trust that like you can re-listen to this recording. So if I talk faster to try and cram it in, I'm going to do that, okay? But you can choose the L to go for lunch, or you can choose the O to stay at the office. And if you go L and you were quote unquote wrong, even though there's no wrong. There's just what will create greater or not create greater. Say that on one Friday, the L is lighter. It is lighter to go for the lunch. You go, you have an ease-filled time, you have fun, you have a great lunch, the lunch tastes good, everything's all good. Okay. Another time, you get it as an O, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess it's just late for me to stay at the office today. And you stay at the office. The next thing you know, you go to the water cooler, you end up meeting someone you hadn't talked to before, or you meet someone you haven't talked to in a while. You have a great conversation. You find out maybe this person is struggling and you were able to contribute to them. And it's like, wow, I'm really glad I stayed at the office. I was able to offer them some comfort. Like, it's not linear what creating greater will create. It's not linear, this. It's something you really want to truly play with. So what I want you to just really encourage, as we're sort of getting to the end of today already, I just can't believe how fast this goes by, but play with what is light for you and what is heavy for you. Just play with that. So just take a bunch of different things, put some different foods in front of you and see which ones are light. Put 10 foods in front of you and which ones would be create greater for your body to have in that moment. And also keep in mind, again, this is another caveat. Today you might feel like coffee and it's light, and tomorrow you may not care for coffee or want coffee. Or maybe you've already had 2 cups of coffee today. You put coffee in front of you and your body, and you are like, no, I don't want any more coffee. So, and it could be heavy. So allow yourself to really just play with this and ask the universe to contribute to you. Ask your energetic teammates. Ask anything that would love to contribute to you to have ease with this so that you can find out what is light for you and what's heavy for you. And as these shows go forward, we're going to talk more and more about this and get to play with it. And wow, I feel like a workshop is coming out of this. I just wonder, people, hey? So, on that note, I'm getting it's light to close up this show today. Thanks again for listening. If you guys have any questions, thewealthylala@gmail.com and laurielarsen.com. I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing weekend. How much fun can you have? And I'd love to hear your stories if you play with the light and heavy. And I do have a Wealthy LaLa group, the Wealthy LaLa with Laurie Laursen on Facebook. So if you guys want to come find me, ask to join, and you can play, ask me questions. Take care.